Thank you for joining Wars of the Rosies as we continue with part 14, The Distressed Widow, from Book the Second, The Practice of the Mystic Tie by Albert G. Mackey. Part 14, The Distressed Widow. Brother Joseph R. Chandler, past Grand Master of Pennsylvania and now president of the Girard College in Philadelphia, in an address delivered in 1844 on the physical benefits of Masonry, records the following interesting incidents, which we give in his own language. The high character and exalted reputation of our illustrious brother as a scholar, a man, and a Mason are a sufficient warrant for its truth. Not long since, a constable of Philadelphia was instructed by a large property holder to proceed to make an attachment of household furniture for rent dues. The distress would reach nearly all that the law allowed to take, and painful as was the task to the kind-hearted officer, it was, nevertheless, a duty. The tenant was a widow, with a little family of children, while the officer was sitting, distressed at the misery which he was compelled to inflict. The widow entered the room, bearing upon her the garments of her widowhood, whose freshness showed the recency of her loss, and testifying by her manner the utter destitution to which this attachment was reducing her and her children. "I know not," said she, "what to do. I have neither friend nor relative to whom to apply. I am alone, utterly alone, friendless, helpless, destitute, a widow. But," said the officer, "is there no association upon which you have a claim?" "None. I am a member of no beneficial society," she replied. "But I remember," she continued, "that my husband had more than once told me that if I should ever be in distress, I might make this available," and she drew out a Masonic jewel. "But it is now too late, I am afraid." "Let me see," said the officer, and with a skillful eye he examined the emblem consecrated to charity as the token of brotherly affection. The officer was a Mason. He knew the name of the deceased and recognized his standing. "We will see," said the officer, "what effect this will have. Though the landlord is no Mason, who is your clergyman?" The widow told him the clergyman was a Mason. The attachment of goods was relinquished for a moment. The officer went to the clergyman, made known the distress of the widow, and her claims through Masonry. "And who," said the clergyman, "is the landlord?" And the constable informed him. "Ah," said the clergyman, "does his religion teach him to set us no better example? We must show him what Masonry requires at our hands. I have spent all of the last payment of my salary, but here is my note at a short date for the amount due." The landlord will scarcely refuse that. In 20 minutes, the rent was paid. The kind-hearted officer forgave his fees and perhaps gave more, and the widow and the orphans blessed God for the benefits which they had enjoyed through Masonry. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Rosies. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.